and welcome to VOD of Consciousness with Sientir. I'm Sientir, and we're doing Young Heroes of Tyria. Last time, we managed to complete the Great Northern Wall. So, this is what you get in this book when you complete something. So it tells us about it. It says, our first tale is of a young hero born in Ascalon. 2 years after the Searing, this once great kingdom, crippled by a savage war, tries to hold back the tide of Charr pushing at its crumbling capital. Hearing word that Bonfaz Burntfur had amassed an army and was preparing to strike, Captain Kilhan instructed our young hero to scout the movements of the Charr army. The hero and hand-picked squad picked their way... That's a little awkward with picked twice in a row like that, but... picked their way through hills rumored to be haunted by ghosts of fallen soldiers, finally coming to a hilltop that overlooked the amassed Charr forces. Below them, Bonfaz Burntfur's warband prepared to strike at the Great Northern Wall, but the immense size of his force momentarily paralyzed our hero, and in that moment the scouting party was spotted. The Charr warband mobilized and chased the scouting party all the way back to the wall where Captain Kilhan awaited for word of their findings. So that's the sort of summary that you get, and we'll get more as we do more of these. But today, I want to at least try to complete Fort Ranik, which is this place here. I really like the mood that the skybox in this area sets, by the way, with kind of the dark sunsetty thing playing into the oranges and browns of the overall color palette. I think that works really well. But anyway, so this mission, it's been, again, as you might expect, a long time since I've done it. I have tweaked bars a bit. I'm going more motivation, defensive stuff. We're basically defensive-oriented. I realized this guy didn't have an elite skill, and my options were something like Blood is Power, which was suboptimal without any blood spec. Like, Blood Ritual's okay, but Blood is Power is really not worth the health cost. And for the most part, I like most of the minions. There's not any restoration magic that really stood out to me. So I just decided to give him Flesh Golem and see how that works. It's a bit higher level, a bit more durable, and can be reanimated from. How well the AI is going to do that, I don't know. Otherwise, things are more or less the same. And I don't know exactly what to expect in this mission, but let's go ahead and get started. It will probably be a fairly lengthy episode again, and a lot of me trying to remember what goes on, because bluntly, I've not done this in quite a while. Okay, so this guy talks about Charr being past Cathedral, and there's a bunch of them up here. So if I remember correctly, and I don't know that this character can do it, but there is, I believe, an NPC in this mission with a quest. Wow, that is a serious god ray kind of going all the way over there. But I believe somewhere around here, off in a corner, Armin Saberlin is somebody you might recognize from pre-Searing Ascalon. I think there might have been... Oh, we're being ambushed by Charr over here. Should probably do something about that. Did not realize there's Charr over here. Okay, note to self. Hexbreaker Uria might not have been a terrible choice. Use the favored shout of Save Yourselves. That's a Flesh Golem, by the way. You can see it is big and tanky. Save Yourselves gives all of my party members 100 armor for a few seconds. So it's kind of worth using, I think. And it doesn't... I was concerned about what the energy cost on this bar would be, but I have to remember that the cooldown on some of these things is actually quite long, so it's not actually as energy intensive as they sound. But anyway, as I was saying, I think there might be an NPC somewhere around here in this wasteland that we can find that has a quest to go talk to his wife. I don't remember if it's this mission or if it's a later one. Either way, I want to take care of this guy because he's going to use a lot of annoying hexes on our party otherwise. That's why I hit him with the Ye Old Days. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't know that I can get those quests since I've generally not been able to get quests in Ascalon on this character. I think, yeah, Gurren Blanston right up there. We might go say hi, see if he says anything. Most of our damage is going to come from spirits and minions. Ooh, a skull shield. Not a very good one because it's 12 tactics, but you know. Sometime I should do a build that has like more shouts and stuff going on that like some of the shout interacty things can work with. Yeah, our DPS is not like the highest, unfortunately. Probably what you're supposed to do is run him with Discord, now that I think about it. Yeah, Discord for damage and stuff. Yeah, and then you need some like hexes and curses and things, but I say. This guy has a lot of health regen because he's spammed around Life Siphon, which drains health. It gives a certain amount of health degen in exchange to an enemy and gives you a certain amount of health regen. And for each enemy it applies, so you can get a lot of health regen off of that. And that was making him very, very durable. So if you're not a foreigner like this character is, if you're from Ascalon, he would have a quest. And his quest is like, go say hi to my wife. She's right outside Ascalon City. Basically. Is how you can sum that up. Yeah, got that hex on me that weakens healing. It's okay. I can't open the lock chest because I don't have lockpick on me, and that's fine. I don't need to be able to. But the basic point here is go up this way. I think the bonus has something to do with Armin Saberlin's son or something. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been through here. I really do love these ruins, though. To me, they're a very iconic part of this game, just the visual of them. I have so much health degen going on right now between Fate Hardness, Life Siphon, and Lingering Curse. Save yourselves is unfortunately not actually that terribly useful. Yeah, you can see the benefit of getting a good solid days off, though. Then the burning ticks them down a little bit. This guy needs to go down. He's causing huge problems. Well, let's get this off. Hopefully allow our Necromancer to heal up. I'm not actually sure what enemy to prioritize at the moment. If it's this guy for his really rather nasty hexes. I kind of want to prioritize the Ashwalkers because I feel like they're the bigger problem. Because of their hexes, but we have very limited hex removal, right? But I'm not actually sure. That's an interesting question. I know it is not Claw. Prophecy's bosses are just not a huge threat. They have a lot of defense and not typically a whole lot of damage, relatively speaking. Like a little bit more than normal enemies, I suppose. But they're not like Factions bosses. Factions bosses tend to be glass cannons, whereas Prophecy's bosses tend to be tanks. So you're going to spend a lot of time trying to kill them when it would be better off just killing all of the other enemies that are just additional DPS. It's something that I think is a really interesting difference between the two games. I don't know if Armin Saberlin made it alive here or not. I don't think he did. But I think the first part of this is collecting pieces to rebuild a trebuchet. I'm remembering correctly, and I may or may not be. There's some mission where you are spending your time rebuilding a trebuchet, and I don't remember if it's this one or the Sirmia mission. Oh, these are gonna be nasty. Master of Whispers is getting his face kicked in, and I don't know why. Probably trying to heal, honestly, without spirits being up. Energy burn on a high recharge is really ugly. I need to remember to just not use those when people aren't low on health. This is one of the things, though, that I really like is the high level of contrast between Priestering Ascalon and I just got power blocked. That's... sure, that's a thing you can do. I didn't know that, but yeah, that is a thing they can do. Wow, this guy's running like top speed everywhere. How is that a dodge? Oh, whatever. He'll be taken care of by minions. A little bit of additional healing going on here, shall we? I'm not sure how much I needed Wild Throw. Wild Throw I brought with me to potentially break the lightning reflexes of the Devourers. But I don't know how important it's going to be. Yeah, so you can see those guys right over there. Dieter, Saberlin, and a Captive Soldier. And I believe the bonus is to kind of go over there and free them. Now, my experience with playing this game has been such that I don't think I've ever had a problem with actually completing this bonus. I feel like it's harder to not complete it than to complete it, if that makes sense. Oh, that guy ran down from somewhere. Okay, that's relevant information. Also, Master of Whispers is getting his face kicked in, which is not great. I'm no longer in command, so Talcora doesn't get as much energy from me when she pops back up. But I still figure it's better to get her up sooner rather than later. And Master of Whispers can help with her energy. But yeah, she's not as durable as I would like immediately after arousing. Okay. So that guy looked like he was running down from somewhere over here. So if I can actually get... Oh, okay. We've got some guys coming. I don't want to go too far ahead here because I feel like that would be bad form. By which I mean get our faces kicked in. But I do want to try to take these guys out some. Okay, yeah. Back up, back up, back up. I told them to back up because there was a healer that was over there. Unfortunately, all of the minions that he had raised, the Master of Whispers had raised, gone rogue. That's one of the downsides of being a minion master, is if your minions die, you're like super compromised. Power block. That's not fun. Okay. Power block's a really powerful interrupt because it interrupts that skill and disables everything in that attribute line for a little bit when it goes off, which, as you might guess, is very, very powerful. But, you know, it's okay. We'll survive. We're actually fairly spread around in attribute lines, so it's not the worst. So what I want to do is I want to see if I can find that that path up that the guy used, to see if it kind of goes around and can get me some of those upper enemies and allow me to clear out some of those upper ledges. Oh, I missed this gold. Excuse me, everyone. With only 4 party members, that's going to be like, I don't know, 23, 24 gold. What I'm saying is it adds up. And I'm very particular about trying to collect all of my drops. Yeah. I love the those bright rays of light. They probably don't look quite as great on these higher graphic settings, actually, interestingly enough, because I think you can see more of them than would be ideal, but I really do like how those sorts of things look. So normally what you'd kind of do is you kind of run down the middle here and you get like ambushed by dudes on top of these cliffs, and I would like to avoid that to some extent if I can. I think you can eventually loop up here anyway. And we get Rorst One Eye, who I probably want to take down. Yeah, this looks like it might have been some sort of old temple or something. I don't know, hard to say. I'm not too worried about Rorst. He's not going to have an elite skill because they didn't want to... I don't think he will. They typically wanted to avoid putting elite skills on bosses where he could actually get the elites, because it kind of messes up capturing and stuff. Charr carvings is not terribly exciting, FYI. Yeah, so this kind of goes way up. This is kind of crazy looking. But I love all of these old architectural things like this. These old Ascalonian pieces of architecture. I know they're like all ruins and stuff, but they have a hint of some really grand cities. And that's something that I think is really cool, and I would kind of like to see explored more, honestly. Let's see. There's these dudes on the corner. I'm gonna just pre-throw this on everyone. This is gonna unleash some pain. Charr Martyrs are healers. Orison of Healing's not a great heal skill, but I can't really do much to, like... Oh, Shield of Judgment. That's no fun. Wait a few seconds for the enchantment to wear off. Nope, still going. There we go, now that's worn off. I don't know what we do about this, except maybe run past. The thing is, what I would normally do about it is I would daze this guy. Shield of Judgment is super obnoxious. I'm gonna just target one of these guys or something. Like I was saying, what I'd normally want to do is I'd want to daze him, but I would need a way up there is the fundamental issue. Oh goodness. Okay, let's be careful about this. Because the problem is we can't really outpace the healer. Our DPS is just... we're not... Half of our DPS comes from minions that can't get up there, is kind of what I'm saying. And that makes it really, really hard to do anything about this. And, like, normally I could shut down the healer, but this is a short-range skill, so I can't hit him. Okay, so what do we do about this? I need to figure out the geography here. Because, like, just running through there is not really an option. I did not... My elite is... What? No, I don't need that flag. My elite is a Song of Restoration, which is a healing skill, rather than the ranged daze, which might, in retrospect, have been better. I'm not sure. So the question is there a way for me to get up from over here? I don't think there is, but let's survey the geography. Because if I can get up over there from over here, which I don't think that I can, but if I don't look, I don't know for certain. Yeah, it looks like the goal is to kind of get over there. I think you're supposed to almost like run through that valley, but the DPS the enemies have is really insane. And again, like, we're ill-equipped to actually kill them with this current layout because it's so reliant on minions for damage that we can't exactly overpower that martyr, especially once it throws down the shield. Oh, and it just dumps DPS on us. Sure, that's fine, I guess. Not great, but... keep your painful bond up on that guy. We need it for DPS reasons. I'm gonna move myself over a little bit. Yeah, we need their spirits up. Our energy is super tight right now, which is not helping things. I mean, my energy's fine, but... this martyr probably has something that allows it to heal other things really well, which is not helping. It's just like spamming Orison and Shield of Judgment. The problem is we need all of the spirits to target the same guy. Okay, we got the martyr down. So with the martyr down, it's actually going to be feasible to kill the rest of these guys, which will allow us to be able to actually progress. As you can see, without their healer down, they go down pretty quickly, actually. Which is typically the case in this game, quite bluntly. Okay, it looks like that might have triggered a mob to come attack us, so... wow, they just spiked Talcora down. That was ugly. Give a slight reprieve with some armor. One of the things that's going on here is they have a lot of area of effect damage, and okay, we might just be dead here. I'm running back in the hopes that I can like hide back here or something. They're busy killing a spirit of Bloodsong, it looks like. So I'm hoping they leave me alone, because otherwise I'm kind of screwed. Okay, it's using ignite arrows. A little far away from me. Okay, they're running up over that way towards where the boss was. Now they're running back. I'm watching the compass. Because again, I can go resurrect all my allies. I just have to be alive to do it. With enough energy, of course. That was ugly. Okay. Obviously hard mode is not to be trifled with, is what we're getting. We kind of knew that. Wait for some energy to come back. Figure out the best way through here without getting killed. Union would be real strong, but it'd die instantly, too. how much, like... Actually, Healing Seed would be really strong, but... This group is not something we want to be fighting if we can help it. Oh, this is funny. Smarter is under the bridge, and so we can actually poke at it with our sword. Not that it does much, but that's just kind of a fun fact. This game's Y-axis technically is a bit wonky in its implementation. We're not gonna ever kill it from underneath here, though, so trying to fight it from here is just not a winning proposition. I'm gonna tell everyone trying to make it over to here. Okay, it looks like that was successful. They're distracted on the spirits. Now what needs to happen is we need to successfully kill these guys. And I'm gonna chase this guy down and daze him. Great. Parias is down and Master of Whispers is soon to follow. Which is less than ideal. Hopefully Talcora can stay up and keep me up. Okay, hopefully they're going to be durable enough to just... Great. These Charr Stalkers hit really hard, by the way. I don't want to undersell that. Especially when we start racking up some of the death penalties that we do. Master of Whispers being at 32% is really bad. I generally don't want her rezzing people incidentally because it is typically not great. I should probably be bringing some consumables into these. I feel like they're slightly calibrated for that. Charr Stalkers are a serious problem here. One of these, please. Oh, well, I mean, or not. We can wait long enough that that's a not. Oh man, these guys just... It's not that they churn out large hits of damage. To some extent they do. It's just that they spam so many small packets. That's why we want our hordes of minions. Because hordes of minions clear things out. We need to go this way for the bonus. Honestly, I'm not sure if there's normal stuff the other way. This group is small enough that I don't think it'll be a huge problem. Just want to get this guy down as quickly as we can, because those hexes have a lot of just constant DPS. Flesh golems keep trading with guys, which is kind of weird. Yeah, this is just... Do I cut here and make this longer? Let's at least go get the bonus, shall we? I think we should be able to do it. Charr Overseers are healers. That area can be a bit obnoxious. Okay. Shield of Judgment on himself. Okay, but he's down. Well, that's good. This guy I can go drop this on. Bonus will give us a ton of experience points, by the way, which is going to help with this death penalty. If I remember correctly. Cool. There's an interesting tension with wanting to have energy and wanting to have... we're actually doing okay from an energy standpoint, incidentally. But the minions will slowly degenerate over time, so you want to be careful of that. And these guys, as you might notice, spam heal area. They're not deadly, they're just tanky. Yeah, that guy goes down. This guy will go down not long after, I think. Take some of our minions with him. Killing them frees this guy. And he talks about their friends being carried off and stuff. I think he says, I'll report back to my father. If you can get to the trebuchets north of here, perhaps there is hope. And perhaps there is. And then we get this nice, sweet bonus, which, as you can see, has dramatically lowered the death penalty across the party. That much experience just, like, wiped out a ton of it. So, given the current running length of this episode, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And until next time, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.